Right, let's try that and see if I've got you the right way round this time. Just internet's being a little slow. I think it might be the weather. All right, I've got you the right way round. Now that's great. Sorry about that, everybody. So let's give time for everybody to come on. My camera shot was around the wrong way, so I do apologise. Morning, Heather. Morning, Margaret. That is better. You're absolutely right, Heather. That is better. Hi, Katie. Yes, that is totally better. That's the way round I want it. Every time I do these lives, something goes wrong. Hi, Emma. I'm going to plug in the power as well so my power doesn't go. Hi, Chris. Right. I hope you can't see any wires and all will be going fine. Hi, Krista. It's a horrible day here in the UK. Hi, Kerry. And there's another Heather on board as well. We've got another Heather. Hello, Catherine, and congratulations. Emma says, we'll be dipping in and out homeschooling. I totally understand, Emma, but you know you can catch up after. And please, please, hi, Julie. Hi, Katie. Please, please do share your makes over on my Dawn's Inspirations page. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Mo. Katie asked how Dad was. He's doing okay. He's not brilliant at the moment, but he's okay. My sister's in at the home today helping out. So I've had a quick update from her before I came on. So he's up and dressed and in his chair and asking to go back to bed. So he's bossing everybody around. So more like Dad. So I'm going to just tilt the camera or my phone just a little bit this way so you can see what we're doing. Have you got your page sketch downloaded or on your phone or something? I'm getting a bit of a shadow and I'm wondering if it's that. No, it's not that. Is it that? Why have I got a shadow that end? Can you see a shadow on the left hand side? Dot's here, Carol's here. Oh, right, so that's a bit better. Chris is here. It's because, look, I've got my fancy gadget light I put on so it brightens everything up even more because it's quite dull here in Nottinghamshire. So I'm just trying to brighten everything up as I can. So let me try again and pop that on and see what that does. So we're doing page sketch 5. Got quite a lot of you here already, so I think we will make a start. Are we all here? Christine's here. Hi, Christine. Hope your dad's doing all right this morning, Christine. I've had a quick update from my sister. She's in the home. So dad's up and dressed in his chair, asking to go back to bed, bossing everybody about. So, as Carol said, he's obviously feeling okay. And it was quite nice. My son's just come in from work at Tesco's and bought me a lovely bunch of flowers to cheer me up. So Julie says she's just watching this morning. She's going to catch up later. Not a problem at all. That's absolutely great. So shall we make a start then? So the other thing I forgot to tell you about is you're going to need your scoreboard again. Now, do you remember last week? This is the one that we made last week. Okay. And as I said to you, this works quite nicely on its own. Hi, Wendy. Or as a double page layout. So if I bring in the original that I did in a class, it was this one, which was the same as we did last week. Sorry about that. And then if you look, the one we're going to do today, which is page sketch 5, it does work quite well as a double page layout and a way of you getting more photographs in. Okay. So you could use it as a double page layout or you could use it as a single page layout. Oh, that's brilliant news, Christine. So Christine's got better news about her dad as well. So sending you lots of love and big hugs, Christine. Poor Christine's dad, he's been taken into hospital poorly and he's picked up this horrible virus. So sending you lots of love and hugs. So let's send some hearts and hugs across the airways for everybody this morning. I think we all need a hug this morning. It's horrible outside. It's raining. It's dull. So let's share the love around and have an hour of scrapbooking. Morning, Joe. Joe's joining us. So as I say, this is the one we're going to do today. Oh, fantastic. Look at all those hearts coming across. This is the one we're going to do today. So it could be on its own, or it could be a single page. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to send hearts across as well to all of you for sticking with me, having a bit of fun. We need this morning, don't we? So that was one we did the other day. I'm going to follow mine through and make mine into a double page layout. Hi, Michelle. So I've got my page sketch and I'm going to double it up to what I did last time. Okay. So on the page sketch, you'll see we've just got these squares. But actually in class, we used these Instagram frames. You can pick these up at several different suppliers. You can make your own up. So what I'm going to do today is to show you how you can make your Instagram frames if you haven't got any, but also how you can do the layout in a couple of different ways, this top piece, okay, with what we've got at home, because these scrap-alongs is all about using what we've got at home, what's available to us. All right, so let's get started. So I've got my piece of 12 by 12 to start with. And because I'm going to do mine as a double page, do you remember last week we did this this cross hatching with the scoreboards? Hi, Jean. We're going to do this the same again, so it makes the page flow. Okay, but if I look at my double page this time, I'm going to pop some down here and some up here this time. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and you'll be pleased to know we've got no gutting today. I know some of you love your gutting. Hi, Barbara. But we're not going to do any gutting today. So I've got my embossing tool and I'm going to get a scoreboard. So if you've got a scoreboard, grab your scoreboard. Okay, in fact, I might just work, I think I'm going to just work on the centimetre side. I don't normally do that, and I think I'm going to do that this time for a change. So I'm going to put that to one side. So I need to start, I've got my finger on the corner I need to start on, so I don't get mixed up. So I'm going to start over here, and actually I need to do the reverse, so good job I spotted that. So I'm going to use the centimetre side this time, which is something I don't often use. So we're going to do exactly the same as we did last time. Okay, just using those lines. This is a great technique to use, but because I'm making this a double page and I want the page to flow, by bringing in the same technique to both pages, it makes it happen a lot easier. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'm starting longer and I've gone shorter. Okay, if that makes sense. Everyone's gone quiet, and I'm hoping it's because you're all scoring. So now I'm going to twist it round the other side, and I'm going to do the cross hatch down now. So we're going down now. Angelique's joined us from the US. Hi, Angelique. Lovely that you could join in again today. That's brilliant. So we've got US on board, UK on board. I don't know what your weather's like over there, Angelique, but it's horrible, dull and wet here. So I think we're all ready for a bit of crafting. I had a bit of a rubbish day yesterday with lockdown, so I'm definitely ready for a bit of crafting today. So, and I'm just doing the same again. So I've got that effect going on. And then I'm going to do the same in the opposite corner. So I'm going to do my two corners again. So when I look at it, I've got this corner, I need this corner. So I'm going to turn it over. You're absolutely welcome. Are you scrapping along with us, Angelique, or are you going to watch this time and then catch up with the video later? Which is absolutely fine. As you know, it will be here on this Facebook page for after, but I also do upload it over on my YouTube channel, and then I embed it into the post where you picked up your page sketch on my website. So at a later date, if you want to go back, if you've missed the first few of these page sketches, if you just go over to my website to the scrapbooking section, and you can go down and see all the page sketches there. Hi Carla. Carla's from the first state in DE. Now Carla says good morning. Carla from first state DE again watching. Oh. So yes, so as I said, so over on my website you'll see all the pages there, and what I've done is I've actually embedded these scrap-alongs as well. So there you'll find the page sketch to print off, you'll find the supply list that you're going to need, you're going to find this video there, so it's there as a reference and something you can go back and look at time and time again. So Angelique says she's scrapping. She got up at 5:30 this morning, so she's just watched. Angelique, that's dedication for you, that is. It's 10:30 here in the UK, so it's 5:30 over there. Carla's from Delaware. So it's nice we've got a few US on board. We haven't got any Australia or New Zealand as yet, but you never know. I know it's a different time zone for them. They were here for the supply list video, so they'll probably catch up after. So I've done my two corners the same, and then I'm going to pick the same colour ink pad that I used before just to blend in these corners. Okay, so I'm just blending over, and look how that brings that up. In fact, let me come down. I'm going to go around the edge as well with this. But look at that. I'm going to hold it up to the camera so you can see. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So if you look at before you add ink, hope it's not too close. And then after you add ink. So it does look good. Oh, Kerry's from Australia. So we have got Australia on board as well. Oh, we're getting a full contingency here. That's brilliant. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for all joining in from all around the world. We've got a real multicultural class going on this morning. That is brilliant news. So I'm just going all the way around with mine, just to tie those colours in. And I need to go over this corner as well. But who's liking this technique with the scoring on the reverse and just rubbing over with your ink pad? It's really simple to do, and if you haven't got a scoreboard, it's something you actually can do with your tool and a ruler as well. And just go do it on the back of a bit of funky foam or a mouse mat, something like that. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to go that way round. So are we all at that stage? I'm just waiting for you. Yeah, Carla's liking that, Katie's liking that. I like that technique, and it's something we forget to do, I think, a lot of the time. This is what this is about. It's using what you've got at home and bringing in some of these techniques that we forget about. Oh, Dawn's from Australia as well. Yes, I forgot about that, Dawn, you are. So, we've got quite a few from Australia tuning in this morning. That's fantastic news. So, are we all ready for the next stage then? And we're going to start doing some cutting up now. So you remember me saying in the supply list, as long as you had one piece that was your 12 by 12, I've literally going to use all these bits that I've got left over from the class I did last week. So I'm tying everything in as a second page. And this is the nice thing about these page sketches. When you print them off and look at them, you can pick out scraps from that box, because I bet you've all got that bit box of scraps of card and pattern papers at home. I know you do. I know a lot of my ladies do. Morning, Jenny. So what we're going to start off is we're going to cut the strips along the bottom. I bet you're all laughing at me saying who's got their bit box. So I've got to work out what colours I'm going to pick for my strips along the bottom. And I think actually, because on my first page, if you remember, oh, Jenny's doing school reports because Jenny's a teacher. Well, good luck with the school reports, Jenny, and then hopefully you can re-watch this and you can join in again later. Jean says her sister from Italy watches me. Oh, does she, Jean? Oh, that's lovely. Oh, so there's a bit of a connection now. I wonder if we could get a scrapbook in. So, because I've used this strip down here, for my strip across, I'm going to use this same strip here. Okay, so I need to cut that. If I look at my plan, 12 inches by 2 inches. Katie says she's got 2 boxes of oddments. So she's got a box of plain and a box of patterned. I'm the same, Katie. I've got a box of cardstock. All those bits that I can't throw away because they're too useful. And a box of patterned paper. Catherine says she's using her scraps today. This is what this is all about. Using what you've got at home. You don't need to go and buy anything special for this. So this is what I wanted these to be. I want to keep you all scrapping while we're all on lockdown. Keep us busy. Let's forget about what's going on in the big wide world at the moment and just have an hour to ourselves. So I've cut my big strip there. Jean, you're just waiting for your sister to comment. What's her name, Jean? We'll have to have a look out for her and we give her a big thumbs up and hearts across the screen because it's lovely when we get some new people join us. Right, I'm going to have that as my strip to go across. Now, you might look at that and think, yeah, but Dawn, it doesn't really stand out. Maxine's joined us. Hi, Maxine. We haven't done much. We've done our technique in the corner and we're now cutting our strip. But don't worry if you want to watch it this time round and you can re-watch it after and do it live, do it, at your own pace if you like. So what I'm going to do now is put 2 borders on either side to make that stand out. So I need something that's 12 inches. And actually, I'm wondering, rather than going the dark, because then that's too much the same colour, I think I might go for this brown colour just to tie that in and bring that out. I'm thinking that. So let's just see. So Lynn's joined as well now. Carol's with us. So we're now going to cut 2 strips. And this might seem quite mean, but I've actually put on here 12 inches by ½ an inch. Now I've done that because that's what we used in the kit. But if you wanted to go 1 inch and stick underneath, feel free. And in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do today. Okay. But you could quite easily go with your ½ inch. In fact, I might go 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to sit on the fence. Because why not? Let's have fun with this. So I'm going to put that to one side because that's quite useful, isn't it? I think I could use that. So I'm going to cut 2 of those strips. And I'm going with this browner colour to tie everything in. Right. I must say I have enjoyed revisiting these page sketches because it's made me use up lots of my scraps and use stuff in a different way. So I'm going to bring in, I'm going to use some double-sided tape this time. So I'm just going to pop some double-sided tape on the back there. There we go. And then just give that a good burnish down. Now, little top tip, if you want to make sure you've got it all level, I'm using my glass mat here. So I can hold my glass mat there, take this off, because you do want to have it all level. So if I bring that in just there, and in fact I might put my ruler on it to hold it in place. That's another little tip. So I've got that all on there, and then I'm going to go in with my pattern paper or my plain paper. So, see, now I've gone quiet now. Now, have I done that straight? That, to me, doesn't feel very straight. No, it's not totally straight, so I'm going to whip that off quickly. You're loving the colours. I must say, I'm loving the colours, Carla. Again, these, because this was bits, I'm thinking, how can I use it in a kit? But this is where, by doing some of these page sketches, you can quite easily, you know, use your scraps up. My ruler is sticking to my tape. I'm having a bit of a day. But you can see I'm just like you at home. I make mistakes. I don't always get it right. But as we say in crafting, there's no right or wrong. There's just happy accidents. So I'm going to pull that off now. So how are we all doing at home anyway with lockdown? Are we all coping? Because it is getting a bit drawn out now. I think when the sun was shining here in the UK, we were all doing absolutely brilliantly. Now the weather's turned, I think it's probably getting to us a little bit. Well, it got to me a little bit yesterday. So this is why this is quite nice to be doing this, I must say. But personally, I would rather stay in lockdown longer and we get it right than we go back too soon. So if you look, that one is not quite straight, can you see? But I can trim that in my trimmer, and that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to trim these ends. Now if I'd use wet glue, see, I'd have my wiggle room, and I perhaps should have used my wet glue. But I thought I'd use some double-sided tape because I need to do a glue order. I've got to order some new glue for myself, because I'm starting to run out. So what I'm going to do is, if I put this into my trimmer and line this up straight, so the whole width should be 3 inches. So if I take that little piece off, it is, and it's probably stuck to my board now, so that is absolutely fine. And I think, again, to tie everything in, I'm just going to pop a little bit of this blue again on the edge. Now Carla was talking about these colours go nicely together, and I tend not to get too hung up these days about colours matching in with photographs I'm using. However, if you are worried about pattern papers or cardstock to go with pattern papers, you could always print yourself off a colour wheel from the internet and use that as a bit of a guide, okay, because that will help. So that's just a little top tip if you need one. So this is now ready to go on because we're not gutting. Okay, I'm going to stick this, I think, about there. So I'm going to use wet glue for that. So bring in my collal. Now I'm going to slow down for a minute. You've all gone quiet. Are we all keeping up? That's the main thing. So I'm just going to wait for you a minute just to make sure you're all with me. It's all gone very quiet. I know lots of you are there. We've got nearly 30 on board, so good. We've got thumbs up. I don't want to race ahead too fast. I want you to be able to keep up with me. So that is going to go on there. That does look nice. That bit more tan bit does make that bounce out, doesn't it? And in fact, that's a colour I probably wouldn't necessarily have used. So I'm quite pleased that I've used that. So that's good news. So all good. All good, good, good. So I want to show you next then how we're going to do these Instagram page photos. So I'll just get my bits ready so I can give you a couple of ideas on how we can do it. I've got my photos here ready. Now, last week I asked for titles, do you remember, to the page I did last week? and I used oh, Sherry's here from New Zealand. It's 10 o'clock at night over there. Thank you for joining us, Sherry. So a nice bit of crafting before you pop off to bed then. So, and the nice thing about it is you can watch on now, and then tomorrow you can gather your supplies and it will be there on YouTube, it'll be there on my website, it'll be here on Facebook, and you can craft along with us and enjoy it. Okay, so I've got my photographs. Now last week I asked for titles and I put speed on this one. So Joe's idea was Boy Racer. So because I haven't got my camera stamp, because it's mislaid, I'm going to pop my Boy Racer along here. Okay, but I haven't quite got enough of my letters, so I'm going to show you a way as well of using up your sticky letters to make them work. So we're going to have a bit of a top tips day today, I think. And if you've got any top tips on anything as well, please do share, because we need them. We need these top tips in our life. Now I'm thinking, right, I like that size. I'm just preparing everything. So, yeah, so I think 3 by... Yeah, right, okay. So are we all ready for the next bit? Ellen's with us. Morning, Ellen. Hope you're doing okay. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready for us to then start looking at these Instagram frames. Yeah, we got thumbs up. Jolly good. Heather says she's ready. Well done. Right. I'm going to use, if I can find it, in my craft stash. Right. I was thinking of using some card, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to go in with... I've got some craft card that is 280 GSM. So I'm going to use that. And you might think that's a bit brown, but do not panic. Now, we're looking at these elements here. So if you look at the original, okay, I've used Instagram frames. Now, I do understand that this is the sort of thing you might not have in your crafty stash at home. So let's look at different ways we can do it. Okay, so I'm going to get my trimmer, and I've decided to go with my craft card as my base for the frame, to make my frames. Okay, so I'm going to go 3 3/4 inches. Put that over there for a minute. By 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to cut a couple of these. Oh, that wasn't very good. Right, so I'm going to get 3 of these. So this is where Carol was asking about what size photograph. This is where really I didn't want to give a total size of photograph, because it depends on what technique you fancy using now for this bit. Okay, because there's several. In fact, I'm going to cut a couple more up just to show you some different ways we can do it. Okay, let's have a little bit of a top tip session. Is that 3? Yeah, so I can go. I'm going to cut some extras up. So I'm going to give you, let's give you 3 different options of how you could do these Instagram frames. How about that? Does that sound like a plan? Right, so I've got extras here so we can have a play. So we've got the Instagram frame. There's several ways that we could interpret this. The first thing we could do is just stick that down and die cut or cut out your photograph and stick on the top. So let's do that one first. So I've just got my die cutting machine here. So if you hear a whirring, don't panic. Okay, so let's just layer this up. So I'm going to give you ideas. Had trouble finding you. I had no sound. We'll try again later. Oh, can everybody else hear me? I wonder if it's your connection, Ellen. Can everybody hear me loud and clear? No one else is. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, Ellen, it might pay you, Ellen, just to log out and log back in. And you know what, Ellen? I think what you're doing is, if you're on Facebook, if you open up the link so you've got full screen, you'll then hear the volume. So, Ellen, if you open up click on the link or click on the photo you're watching now, okay, you should be able to hear me. Lynn's saying she can hear me fine in Australia. That's brilliant, Lynn. My husband would probably say the same thing. Right, I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape on there. So this is a die for a square. And this is measuring 2.5 inches square. This is the outside line, bear in mind, not the inside line. I think, Ellen, you need to open it up as a big screen. I think that's where you're not quite hearing us. So, and another Lynn says she can hear me loud and clear, so good. Right, my machine's going on, so bear in mind. Right, Anne, she said she's only just found me. Not a problem, Anne, at all. Why not watching with the live now? Okay, this video will be here on Facebook. It will be over on my website when I've finished here today as well. And it will be over on my YouTube channel. Okay, so you can watch it again later at your leisure. Now, I've probably put a bit too much pressure on here and I've got my photograph now stuck to my base, because I put my magnetic mat in and I didn't need it. So let me just tease this out. Now, who of you are going to use square? Heather says she can hear me over the die. Can you hear me over the die cutting machine? Oh, I'm obviously being far too loud then. Oh dear. Right. So I've just die cut my photo out. If you haven't got a die cutting machine, again, just use your trimmer. But we can pop that on there. And in fact, I'm thinking that might be a little bit too big. So that's one option. Okay. Another option is I'm going to take one of my pieces of cards, because I said I'd give you several options, didn't I? And I'm going to pop that on there. And I'm going to take that down. And in fact, this time I'm not going to add my magnetic sheet. You're absolutely welcome, Anne. And it's lovely. Join in with the chat. Have a bit of fun. It's quite nice just to lose ourselves for an hour. Right, machine's going back on. Right, let me see if this has died. No, see, that hasn't, because that's too thick a cardstock. So I did need my magnetic sheet with this one. So I'm going to have to put it through again. Sorry about that. So I'm going to give you lots of different options of ways that you can make these. All right? Yeah, it's no good laughing at me because I've got to put it through twice. I told you. I make just as many mistakes. Oh dear, I do love this. It's nice. It cheers me up. Right. So, this is another way you can do it. Let me move these bits out of the way so you can see. So, look, can you see what I've done? I've made myself a little Instagram frame. So, to make mine, I've used my 2.5 inch square. And I've cut my card to 3 inches by 3 3/4. Okay, so that is quite good. Yes, Michelle, I'm totally human like you. And in this mad world at the moment, I'm even madder. So, so that's another way. And then what you could do is, if you've made your frame, glue your frame over the top and then cut your photo out. So that's option 1. Option 2 okay? Or if you don't want to do Instagram frames, okay, another thing you could do is, and I'm going to cut the photo up now, is I'm going to cut this down to size. So my frame was 3 inches, so I'm going to cut this down to, let's go to like that. I'm talking to myself now, just bear with. So I told you I'd give you several different options, didn't I? Catherine says, welcome to my world. Yeah. Yeah, you got it now, have you? You're going to watch it later. No problem, Ellen. Ellen's got me, yes. So when you're watching it on Facebook, open it up fully and then you can hear me. But you might not want to hear me. So, 3 options. Cut your photograph down to a square and just stick on top. Make yourself a little Instagram frame, which you've seen is very easy to do. And if you haven't got an Instagram frame, in a minute I'm going to show a die cutting machine. I'll show you another way to do that in a minute. So, we've got lots of options. You could just have your card frame and cut your photograph down. I need to cut a little bit more off that. Just so you've got a border all the way around if you didn't want it to look like an Instagram. So that's another way. Okay. And then let me, with one of these, show you how to make a quick Instagram frame with your paper trimmer. So if you haven't got a die cutting machine, you could do it with your paper trimmer. All right. So if we haven't got a die cutting machine, let's make sure this is in shot. I've got my board, which is 3 inches by 3 3/4. Okay. I'm going to pop it in at, I think, I want to say 1/4, but I'm just thinking I might do a bit more than 1/4. Let me bring this one in. 1/2. And then, right. Right, so if you haven't got a die, I've got my cardstock in here, and I'm going to move it up to the 1/2 inch level. So what we're going to do is we're going to gut a square out. So I did say we weren't doing any gutting today, ladies. So you might not want to do this option, but the choice is yours. And then you're going to go in about 3/8 of an inch. Turn it round, or I should turn around that way. I always normally turn around clockwise. So I'm going to go 3/8, and then bring my blade in with that top bit, and I need to now come down roughly about 2.5. Okay, turn again. Who's keeping up with me? And now I'm now going to ask you all, what option are you going for? Or have you been through your crafty stash and found some Instagram frames? Because I couldn't find any. So let me nip that corner out. You see, and you can make an Instagram frame on your paper trimmer. Everyone's gone quiet. I know you're all there. So, I want to see what options we're going for. What we picking? Are we picking stick it on top, make an Instagram frame, stick it as a large square, or have you made your Instagram frame on your paper trimmer? What are we going for? We've all gone quiet. I'm going to make another one of these while I'm waiting for you all to talk to me. Catherine's die cutting custom to fit her photos. Katie's going with option 1. Right, I'm going to do another Instagram one on here. So I'm going to make my Instagrams. I could have die cut them, but I thought I'm going to do them on here, like you would at home if you haven't got a die cut machine. Jean sticking them on the top. Katie likes the die cutting option. Yes, I must say the die cutting option is probably the easiest. Okay. I might have gone down a bit too far this time. Oh, let's have a look. Now, I've cut mine out of craft. I'd be interested to know what you've cut yours out of. Now, I'm concentrating. I can't read. Carla says option 1. Sherry says option 1. Let me see if I've missed any. Joe is die cutting. But where were your measurements again? Right, Joe. So my main card was 3 inches across by 3 3/4 down. So are you die cutting one? So then you're just going to stick your square on the top and die cut that out. Yes, is that one you're doing, Joe? Give me a thumbs up and let me know, or just say put a thumbs up. Dawn's going for option 2 as well. So I'm going to bring that in here. So that's my Instagram one there. Right, Michelle's going to do hers the same size and put the photos behind. But yes, but can you see how there's lots of different options? So if you were doing it on your paper trimmer, okay, what I've done is I've gone this side and I've come in 1/2 inch. And then I always turn clockwise. So then I've gone 3/8 of an inch. And then 1 inch. And then 3/8 of an inch. Sherry says she can cut hers out on your cry cut. But I can't find my cry cut cord. Oh, I love it, Sherry. But you can after this. You'll get the idea. You'll get the idea. So I've got 3 now. So I'm going to start getting these stuck. So I'm going for the Instagram look. But before I stick them down, I'm going to do a little bit of inking. Okay. So let me move all this out of the way. I seem to have loads of stuff in the way today. So I'm going to do just a little bit of inking. I'm going to bring this blue back in and just do a bit round the edge. Morning, Karen. How are you? Glad you could join us. I know you can catch up afterwards. You've probably done it already. Karen works super quick. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of ink just to take that just cut look off. Yes, Kerry's saying she could use her silhouette. Yes, you could use the silhouette. Joe, you could use your silhouette and make Instagram frames as well. They're quite handy, actually. If you keep it on your silhouette in a file, it's quite a handy way to have them, isn't it? Because, admittedly, they are handy just to come back to time and time again. And I'm trying to just put a little bit in the middle. Oh, Margaret says she's got some frames. Oh, Margaret, you're ahead of all of us then. So you got frames, so you didn't need to make any. That's brilliant. I must say, when I get out to the craft store again, there's some little things that I think I will be topping up on my crafty stash. Because isn't it interesting doing these? There's certain things you think, oh, I should have bought that. But there's lots of other stuff I found I'm not using at all. So, now, can you see the difference with that and that? So if I just bring it actually onto my paper, let's move the photos out of the way, Dawn. So if I bring it here on the paper, can you see how different that looks? It just tones that down a bit, actually. I think I'm going to ink all of mine because I think that just takes that down a little bit. Again, choice is yours, and it also depends on what cardstock or pattern paper you've actually cut your frames out of. Okay, I'm getting ink all over my hands, but hey-ho, not going anywhere, am I? So I can soon wash that off after. So if you're gluing these onto photos, I would use something like your Cosmic Shimmer, your Colour Tacky Glue, something like that that will grip to your photographs. Or you could go in with double-sided tape if you wish. But just be careful that once they're down, they're down. Joe's just turned around and said, none of us need to actually go shopping ever again. Oh, except for glue. Yes, I've got to stock up on a bit of glue. I'm going to have to. I've just been hanging fire to see if there's any offers on the glue. And unfortunately, there haven't been, which is a bit of a pain. And I suspect it's because they know we all need glue. Now, Catherine said something there, which I missed. Excuse my arm. Catherine said, got frames, but DIY need to make them rectangular. Would chop head and legs off. Right, so your photos are a bit bigger. Right, that's fine. This is the nice thing about this. You can make these frames any size you like. And that is what it's all about. So, I'm sitting here, I'm fiddling about here. I'm enjoying myself. And I hope you all are too. Because this is what this is about. Switching off from everything. Right, I think I might have enough on there just to tone those down a bit. I'm going to pop that one in the middle. Oh, I haven't put enough ink on that side there. Right, if I missed any more comments. Katie says she needs tape pens. I must say, I do use tape pens now and again. Sometimes I get in a bit of a muddle with them. They're quite handy for quick things, aren't they? I find with scrapbooking, I like my wet glue. That's what I like most. Lynn says she's loving it. Good. Lovely to hear that. Right, I'm going to stick my photographs on now. Or behind. So, bring in my tacky. Another Lynn, because we've got a couple of Lynns on board today. She said she bought 3 large bottles of glue because she'd hate to run out. Well, I think I've gone through that already. I hate to say, because I did a little mini album at the weekend for anybody who made some mini albums with me. And Carla says, absolutely, get the creative juices going. Yes. This is what this is all about, having a bit of fun. So all I've done is put a bit of glue around the edge. And then I'm going to put it on my glass mat so I don't get glue on my paper. And I'm going to pop that onto my photograph. So this is when my son was doing his driving on the skid pan. So you're right, Joe. Boy Racer for this title is going to be absolutely perfect. Hi, Joan. Now, Joan's watching from Italy. And Joan is Jean and Carol's sister. She's watching from Italy. It's such a lovely thing that I'm doing. Oh, bless you, Joan. I think I'm just trying to keep everybody sane, I think, in this mad time at the moment. And it's just my way of keeping us all scrapbooking, keeping us all to get going. That is the main thing. Yeah, you're Jean's sister. That's right. I've seen some pictures of you in her scrapbook layouts. Is she going to get your scrapbooking? Ah, Lynn said she's made some pocket wallets. Glue running out very nicely now. Yes, I do agree. Yes, they do run out very quickly. Now, I cut my photo down to size, so I'm going to have to really patch this in. But that's not a problem because I can do it with a bit of tape. There's always a way. There is always a way. But what I wanted to do was to show you all the different ways that you could make your Instagram frames. So I should have got an extra photo handy, shouldn't I? But I don't want to spend time rootling through my photos at the moment. So I'm just letting that one dry on there before I cut it. Okay. And then we're going to look at cutting some pattern paper next to go behind these. So, there we go. Look, it's all starting to come together. How are we doing? Are we on 3 frames yet? Who's got their 3 frames ready? Ah, that's nice, Jean. Hi, Arkid. I love the red lips, Jean. Where did you get those from on your emojis? I've not seen those. Right. So they're my three. Need to put my teeth back in this morning, I think. There's my photos ready to go. Now I need some pattern paper then to pop behind here, just to take that plainness off. And what I did was I went for the same size as the card. Okay, so 3 inches across and 3 3/4 inches down. So let's see what we've got. So I've got a bit of scrap here, so that'll do for one. Jean says no idea. Oh, Jean. I'll have to have a look on mine, see if I can find it. So I'm going 3 by 3 3/4. That's one colour. So this is where scraps are perfect. Because look, we're going to pop this just behind there. So the next one I'm going to use is, I think I'm going to use this bit with the writing, because it's got fun and all that type of thing on it. So I'm going to have that one for a second one. And I might have to have a rootle around at what I've got for my third one. Let's have a look, see. Now, I'm only putting one sheet behind. You could put two quite easily. I might have to go for a bit of wood, because that is not going to be wide enough. I could patch it, but I don't want to confuse you. Let me have a look and see what else I've got in my box. I put loads of bits in the box that I could use. Let's see if I've got any other bits. What else have I got in here? Have I got anything? Oh, hang on, I've got some more paper at the bottom. That's not really going to go. No, they're not going to go. I'm going to go with the wood. Right, so I'm going to cut a piece. And I need to go more brown, I think, this time. So I'm going to cut the top off. Um, 3 inches. What did I say? 3 inches by 3 3/4. The wood is very in keeping, you're right. I must say, wood works quite well for men's layouts and cards and things, doesn't it? See, that's why I had it in my crafty stash and I didn't want to throw it away. Yeah, Dawn totally agrees with that as well. So, we're getting this sort of effect happening. Now, if you wanted, you could do double layers behind. I'll tell you what, should we do that? Should we put a double layer behind? Should we put 2 lots of pattern paper? Yeah, go on, let's do that. Let's do something a bit different to we did the first time round. I'm going to do that. Who else is up for two layers? Anybody else with me? Anybody else going to do a double layer? Or is it just me? Oh, come on, someone else do a double layer with me. I bet Joe would. Joe would do a double layer. Yeah, Dawn says, why not? Yeah, Heather's going to double layer. Oh, we're getting lots of thumbs up across. Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely. Angelique likes to look at the layers. Yes. Lynn says, yes, she's sure that's going to be interesting. But this is what this is about. When you get the page sketch and you do it once, this is the nice thing about page sketches. You can do them again and again, and they never look the same each time you do them. And that is the beauty of it. And that's why I want you to print them off if you can. I keep all mine in my folder, as a lot of you have seen. Or you could store them on a little album. Joe's not going to double mat today. Oh, Joe. Okay, you're not going to double mat today. Now I've got to decide which way round I'm going to go. I think that one needs to go with that one. And I think that needs to go with that. And that one needs to go with that. So, yeah, it's all starting to come together. Right, I'm going to glue those down next. Let's get the glue down. We're not going to have glue fright. So, I'm going to go on this side first. And then we've got title to do. and I've got a journal tag if I get as far as that. Now, with your Instagrams, you can have them all higgledy-piggledy, or you can make sure that your actual photo is straight and your papers are offset. Okay, the choice is yours. Now, I think because I'm sort of doing boy racering, I might have it all a little bit off. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue. In fact, I don't need to put a bit of glue on the back here. I've got all this double-sided tape. Look, I can use that instead. Save a bit of glue. Why not? Need to save where we can. Now, I haven't even looked at next week's sketch because we got locked down for another week here in the UK. So, should be all right to do another one of these. Jo's printed off 2 lots of photos so she can do another page. Oh, that's a good idea. This is it. Have fun with it. You know, this is what this is all about. Oh, I'm liking the look of that. And then I might go. Let's have a quick look. Yes, that I'm liking that. So I'm going to just do a blob of glue on the back. I take it we're all sticking. You're not getting glue fright on me. I like this look with the double layer actually. I was going to ink the edges, but it doesn't need it when you're double layering like that, does it? Not at all. So this time I think I'm going to come off this side. So glue on there. The nice thing about using your wet glue for this is you can have a little bit of wiggle room. Can you see like that? I perhaps should have inked those edges on there, but I haven't. So, and then that down on there. I could even bring that down, but I'm going to leave it like that. And then my last one, because actually I could still put these straight if I wanted, because that's working. See, I'm talking to myself. Hope someone's listening out there. Could be quite interesting. Right, last one, and then I've got to try and jiggle my titles. Right, I'm going to use stickers for my title again. I'm using the same as last time, so it all ties in together. Oh yeah, I'm going to put that there. I'm going that one behind there. I'm going to have them straight. Right, okay. Carol says she's just watching as her photos don't fit. Not to worry, Carol. Not to worry. And that's the nice thing. You could watch this and then afterwards you might then come up with an idea of how you're going to make them fit. Oh, now look, see? That works out quite nicely. I'm liking this. So I'm going to stick this all down now, ready to put my title on. So, you know me, I just tend to eyeball. So I'm just going to go square there in the middle. Right, Sherry says they've just been eased to lockdown level 3. So drive-throughs are open. Oh, we've got none of that yet. Oh, Catherine's she's been having a look. Catherine said the next page sketch is London Calling. I remember that when I did my Lauren when she went to London with her friend. I love that layout. The colours of that layout were beautiful. That was a lovely class. Well, I hope you're enjoying all my classes, but that paper collection that we did in the class was lovely paper. So I'm going to have a sort through my crafty stash, ready for Monday's supply list video to see what I can find. Right, I'm just going to stand up a minute to make sure mine are straight. Yep, they're all straight. Okay, so I'm ready for my title now. So I decided, because I picked Speed last time, didn't I? I went with Heather. And this week I'm going with Joe. So we were going to have Boy Racer. So I'm using the same die cut letters. Okay. And I'm also going to use some of these cogs that I also found. So I'm tying everything in to make it a double page layout. So here we go. I'm glad you like it, Dawn. I think it's coming together. Now this is where I'm going to spell the name backwards. Alright. So this is going to be a little bit of fun because I haven't got all the letters. Joe says Costa's open, 2 drive-thrus. 1 in Manchester, 1 in Mansfield. Oh, Joe, so you're going to go out in your car and have a little bit of essential shopping to get a Costa? Dot says she's got 1 decent frame cut. There's no rush, Dot. Okay? No problem at all. You can just join in and carry on with us afterwards. Okay, I haven't got a clue what time it is. I need to bring a clock in here, I think, because I've got all my devices on and I can't see what the time is. So I'm going to have Boy Racer. So this is where I haven't quite got enough letters. Okay. Oh, Sherry says the police are directing people around McDonald's, so it's a bit crazy. Oh, Joe is going. Joe, you're going to have to scrapbook that if you go. Definitely. Right, so I'm just going to line this up because these colours fit perfectly with this. Now, this is where I am going to run out of letters. I'll tell you now. But let's see. I've got 2 sheets here. And I've got to spell backwards. So this could be really interesting. It's about 11:40, so we're just over the hour then. Right, so once I've got my title on then, we're about ready to go. I like to do about an hour, Michelle, because I think it's long enough for everybody to listen to me rabbiting on. But anyway, so I'm probably about right. Right, let's... Excuse me if you can see my head. I am getting to the stage, my fringe is no more. And I've been holding off getting the scissors out, but I think I might chop it tomorrow. I might chop it myself. I know Jean did hers, so I might have to chop mine off. Right, now I haven't got an A. Okay. Right, why do I have to spell it backwards? I'm spelling it backwards because I want a gap on this side to put some of my cogs. And if I start this side, I might end up that I've not got enough room this way. This is why I'm going backwards. So I hope that makes sense. Right, I haven't got an A. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a W. Or actually, I could take a V. Because that looks like it. Oh, am I still level? Yeah, still level. Going to take that. And then I'm going to cut a little piece off to go across. Can you see where I'm coming from? Now, I haven't got another R. So, I'm going to take a P. Yeah. So, this is the thing. We buy these sheets. We probably use them for one title. And we never use them anymore. Katie says she's getting pink hair dye. She's going to get a pink hair dye out soon. Wow. That is really taking lockdown to another level. I did dye mine the other week because I do, my hairdresser is very nice and she lets me buy the same hair colour off her so I can do my roots in between. So that actually I've not been too bad on. Right, I'm not having Boy Pacer. I'm going to find my little scissors. I've got the bit of the K here. Alright. Oh, I need to find my little scissors that are right in the bottom here. Or are they? Oh yes, they are. They are. And I'm going to take this piece off. So I'm going to take that bit off there. And actually that bit might even work for my A. But this is a great way of using up, again, what we've got. Now, is that going to fit in there? I need to cut that down a little bit. This is really crafting on the hoof, as I say. Needed to move my P over. See, this is why I went back to front, Dawn, because I need to move my P over now to make an R. Oh, what we're thinking, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Right, that's not too bad. And I need a bit there across my A. And I'm going to use this bit here. Oh. As well. So we're starting to come together now at the end. So I hope you've all had a good time. So it's just my last bits. Right, so I've got racer, and now I've got to do boy. So I'm going to go backwards again, and then I can stick my cogs on. So it doesn't take too long to do a scrapbook layout, really, does it? And I know sometimes it is the ideas, and this is where page sketches, never be afraid to use a page sketch, because they're great fun. Now, I've got no O's, so I'm going to get my Q, and I'm going to snip the bits off my Q. Okay. Now, who's die cutting their letters? Anybody die cutting? So that's my O, and then I need a B. Have I got a B? I've got a B. Brilliant. So I've only had to sort of make up 2 extras. So that isn't too bad at all. Oh, has that dropped down? It has dropped down. Bring that up, Dawn. Now I know some of you ladies that come to my class, you've got that fancy ruler where you put all your stickers on, haven't you? Have you been using those? So that is working perfectly there. So the last thing I need is my 3D glue gel to join a couple of my cogs, so it all sort of matches on. I think that might be enough. What we're thinking, I think about yeah, I think that's about right. And I'm not going to colour these because I didn't colour them with the first layout. And I'll bring the first layout in to show you then if you want to make it as a double. And I couldn't tell you where I bought these MDF cogs. I want to say Rob the MDF man, but I don't think Karen might be able to answer this. I don't know whether he had the laser cut machine then. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to bring this one in. In fact, I'm going to bring it up there a bit so it goes to the boy. Now, if I was doing this as a single page on its own, I would then add perhaps a little tag. I could put the journaling on, or I could write on here the journaling, what was going on. So if I bring my original one in, you can see here I've got here as the title, Time Well Spent, and that was done with stamps. And I've got my journaling on here, okay? But this time, because I had it on my original, so let's bring in last week's. So if I can get them in shot so you've got like a double page. Moving my rubbish out of the way. So that all fits in quite nicely as a double page. Can you see that against all my rubbish? Let's move all that out of the way. So that works quite nicely as a double page. So you've got Speed and Boy Racer. I've got all the cogs going on the same, the colours going on the same. I've got the hash crossed hatch bit here at the bottom, so it brings your eye across. So that's my take on page sketch 5. I'm really pleased with it. Thank you, Angelique. I'm pleased with it. I think the colours are beautiful. But again, these were bits out of that bit box I've got. You know, that box with all those scraps. And there weren't enough 12 by 12 bits, but you can see by just using little elements what you can put together. So that's page sketch 5. Okay. Thank you, Dawn. She says fabulous. Lynn's saying looks good. So that's page sketch 5. Please, please do have a go. And if you look at my Dawn's Inspirations page at the top, I've done a little quick video just showing you how you too can share with me your pages so I can pop them in an album, because I love to see what you've been up to. I hope you've enjoyed today. All stay safe. Take care. Lots of love and hugs to you all. So I'm going to put some hearts across myself and send you all lots of love and hugs. Look after yourselves, everybody. Okay. And please share me your pictures. So watch that video I've put on the top of my page. I'm sending you all lots of love and hugs. Stay safe. Next week on Monday at 12 noon British Summer Time, I'll do a supply list video for page sketch number 6. And then next Wednesday at 10:30, we will do another live scrap along together. So thank you all for watching. Big love and hugs to you all. Thank you for joining in. And I will see you next week. Take care. Bye for now.